For Lexington Richland School District 5, I'm Barry Isbell, and this is another edition of Focus on 5. Let's jump right in, quite literally, with our community service focus. Did you know that Lake Murray Elementary has one of the few jump rope teams sponsored by the American Heart Association in the state of South Carolina? Well, it's true. They get to go around schools promoting heart health and what it means to live a healthy lifestyle. I stopped by to talk to students Danny and Mackenzie to figure out exactly what the team does and why they decided to join the team. Let's check it out.
Well, we jump rope for heart, and we help people that have heart disease. And we jump, so while you jump rope for heart, we're raising money for people that have heart disease and that have heart attacks and that have like heart cancer, and we help them by jumping rope and raising money.
I came in when I was in first grade, and I've been on the team for 5 years now. Well, I love jumping rope, and I love whenever we have jump rope for heart, so I thought it'd be really cool to be a member of the jump rope team.
I thought it would be really fun and to raise money for heart disease. Since my dad had a heart attack and he had cancer, I decided that it would be fun and you raise money at the same time, and you get to go over the schools teaching them about what it has, and I decided to do it because it was just really fun.
The Lake Murray Elementary jump rope team is led by their PE teacher, Ms. Carmen Plemons, who has had her own personal health battles and that really motivated her to become a PE teacher and start the jump rope team. Next, we're going to head to the Center for Advanced Technical Studies and talk to student Sam Rennick, who recently won a $2,000 Champions of the Environment grant from DHEC. He wanted to test different roofing materials and color to see if they affected the cost over time. It's pretty fascinating, so let's check it out. This month's Achievement Focus.
So one of my ideas was roofing material, and if we change the materials and color of roofing, could it affect the cooling of our house or help keep our house cooler so we don't have to spend as much on electricity to cool our house. So we applied for a grant for the Champions of the Environment. It's SC DHEC, and they rewarded us with a grant. It's a $2,000 grant. It's helped out a lot. We're going to be able to get all kinds of materials to test with the project. We're going to be testing, right now we have 4 roofs. We have black shingles, which are makes up about 90% of the houses in South Carolina. We have a white metal roof. It's just a metal roof with paint that is highly reflective to the sun's radiation. Then we have white shingles. A lot of companies don't have white shingles, but there are a couple out there that do. And then we also have gray shingle, and I want to test the 4 to see how they compare against each other, and if it does make that much of a difference, and if it does, why are we not using a white roof?
Now that's pretty cool. I think we're all going to be very curious to see how Sam's research turns out in the end. Next, we're going to turn to our Focus of the Arts, where I wanted to really focus on the big 5th grade string concert that happened a few weeks ago. It was 375 5th graders coming together for a big collaboration at Crossroads Middle School. I talked to Mary Hoyt, the strings teacher at Oak Point Elementary, and 2 of her students, Alexis and Trevor, to figure out why they decided to even have this performance and how it really is important for those students.
I think it serves multiple functions. When you're playing music by yourself, it's great. It's for self-expression, it can help your focus, it can help so many things. It doesn't really come to light until you put it together and give a concert. And when the 5th graders can show their parents what they've done, it's just awesome. They come together, it's a whole string orchestra with basses, cellos, violas, and violins, and the parents are amazed. They've heard their child at home practicing their one little piece of it, and then they all come together, and it's very inspiring.
Well, most people wouldn't think it's a big deal, but it was a lot of kids, and it was kind of hard to stay on track because you don't know what the other kids are like, but it was a lot of kids in it. It was kind of easy preparing because we had a little practice run, but overall it was pretty good. It was really fun. And I wasn't really nervous because if I messed up, it wouldn't sound bad because there was like a lot of people from like a lot of different schools, and I got to see a lot of my friends from other different schools.
I'm so proud of those kids. So grateful to their parents because the parents rent the instruments and assign the practice charts, and support the children at home.
Now you actually just got to hear pieces from their big concert from a couple of weeks ago, and that was just one 5th grade class. I was really impressed with the talent and poise of all those students. For our academic focus, I went to Leaphart Elementary, our elementary engineering magnet school. They've been doing some pretty cool Lego builds over there, so lead magnet teacher Miss Collins Bennett invited me out to see these engineering students in action. I also talked to student Kamara, who shared with me how exactly they built them using the computer.
We use the Lego builds for several different things. One, starting in the 3rd grade, they work with We Do kits, which is computerized, so they actually follow computerized directions to make the build, and then they go through and actually use computer programming to make the build work. And in the process of all that, they work in a team and are able to problem solve and computer program, and then in the end we try to relate that to something that they're doing in class so they can take that learning back to class. To me, Lego specifically, because they are working on building 3-dimensional skills. One of the things that we hear as students go up through school is that they are lacking in skills to build and think in 3D. And so that's one of the things that we hope that we are helping the high school engineering programs with here at the elementary level.
We did Dancing Birds, and the Dancing Birds was kind of like you had to make up all the stuff, and you had to look at the instructions, you had to look at the video, and you had to see what was going on, like kind of had to work together, like you had to look at the stuff because it didn't really tell you the instructions, so you really had to build it like yourself. And everybody was trying to talk to each other. It was like, you put this right here, right there, and everybody's trying to help each other do stuff.
As you can see, the students are really into the Lego builds, learning a lot of different skills through them. For our final focus of athletics, I came into Harbison West Elementary to check out their cheer squad. Now, Harbison West boasts the only elementary cheer team in our district, but 1st grade teachers and cheer coaches Miss Skotninsky and Miss Ware explained to me that the PBIS initiated club serves much more than just exercise. Students Darcy and Sabrina also shared with me how the team has helped them be better students in the classroom.
Well, of course we do cheerleading motions and cheers, dances, basic cheerleading things, even basic stunts that we did last year. But the main thing that we work on with them is being leaders. So we always show them, the word leaders is in cheerleader. So we want them to be leaders in the school, in the classroom.
The majority of the year we focus on being a leader and, really setting a good example for the other classmates and for themselves.
And part of our expectations is they have to keep their grades up in the classroom. They have to be showing enough effort by their teachers. We will email the teachers, periodically, or remind the teachers to come speak with us if they have an issue. Behavior, academically, they're expected to be giving full effort in the classroom. We don't expect straight A's from all of our students because, of course, we have different types of learners on our squad, but they are all expected to be giving their best.
It helps me with making friends and helping other people if they need it, but they just don't feel like it. We can use some teamwork and just being nice to others and helping out.
Yeah, it helps me kind of pay attention in class because I always want to be a part of a group, so I know if I make bad grades, I'm probably going to get pulled off, so it helps me get good grades.
It's probably the best thing that ever happened to us because I get to make more friends than I ever could in class or anywhere else.
It's definitely a team effort, so everyone puts in the work, and it is a lot of work, but it's well worth it.
It is well worth it when you
make
see
a
how
difference.
much every child accomplishes throughout the year on our teams.
Such a cool program happening here at Harbison West that the whole team and the whole school can learn from. Well, that wraps up this edition of Focus on 5. As always, if you have any nominations, you can send those to letchurch5schools@gmail.com or shoot us a message on our Facebook page. For Lacey Roach School District 5, I'm Barrett Isbell, and I'll see you guys next time.